Bartolo agreed to solve the Israel-Palestine conflict because Joe Rogan told him the weed was insane over there. That's apparently how the trip started. The intellectual dark web delegation landed in Tel Aviv sometime in mid-2026 under circumstances that remain deeply unclear. The group included Jordan Peterson, Sam Harris, Ben Shapiro, Joe Rogan, Dave Rubin, Brett Weinstein, and Bartolo Colón of the New York Mets. Nobody ever explained Bartolo's involvement. He mostly just nodded thoughtfully and ate pistachios during interviews. The rules were given to them after crossing into Gaza, printed on yellowing paper, no letterhead, no signatures. Just Gaza mediation rules for Western intellectuals. Rule 1. No bread bongs under any circumstances. Joe Rogan immediately asked what that meant. Everyone became very quiet. 2. Do not ask Bartolo Colón what he saw in the tunnels. This one upset Bartolo tremendously. He spent the rest of the trip breathing heavily and refusing eye contact, sometimes muttering something about training dogs, then completely turning 180 degrees if someone asks him a question. 3. If Jordan Peterson begins crying, console him immediately. This happened less than an hour later. They were touring an abandoned apartment complex when Peterson suddenly stopped walking. There's something deeply cyclopean about this place, he whispered. Then he started sobbing and everyone pretended not to notice. The building alarms immediately activated despite there being no electricity. 4. Never allow Ben Shapiro to speak faster than the call to prayer. Nobody understood this rule. Unfortunately, Ben interpreted it as a challenge. Witnesses later claimed his voice reached mosquito frequencies. At one point, several stray dogs began screaming simultaneously, not barking, screaming. 5. If Sam Harris says the phrase, well, scientifically speaking, everybody must face him obediently until he finishes. This rule actually saved lives repeatedly. 6. Do not let Brett Weinstein examine talk about how he almost met Matt Groening. This became a serious issue after Brett discovered The Simpsons creator went to Evergreen University. Nobody slept that night. 7. Dave Rubin may not tell jokes, even though he is objectively the funniest comedian. This was true, and Dave knew more than anyone how important their mission was and the professional sacrifice he would be making. 8. If Bartolo Colón removes his shirt, negotiations have failed. Near the end of the trip, the delegation finally met with local representatives inside a damaged conference hall. Tensions were high, voices raised. Joe Rogan kept asking whether anyone had tried elk meat. Then suddenly the lights flickered. Bartolo stood up slowly, unbuttoned his shirt. Every person in the room became silent, even outside. No drones, no gunfire, nothing, just Bartolo, breathing. Jordan Peterson later described what happened next as an encounter with pure paternal authority. Nobody agrees on details. Some claim Bartolo descended into the tunnels beneath Gaza, carrying only a Louisville Slugger and a fleshlight. Others insist he simply sat down in a plastic chair and demanded everyone relax a little. But all surviving footage cuts out exactly 37 seconds later. The final rule was only discovered afterward, typed faintly on the back page. 9. If peace is achieved, do not look directly at Bartolo Colón. Nobody knows why, but according to official reports, the ceasefire lasted exactly 11 minutes before Dave Rubin, having saved Gaza with his inscrutable intellect, said the funniest fucking joke you have ever heard. And that shit just sealed the deal, let me tell you that much. Palestine is free.